entertainmentbuddha.com.
Walking Dead Nation, Matt Heywood here from entertainmentbuddha.com, getting ready to do the most impactful scenes countdown from last night's episode of the show, which is titled, Always Accountable. This episode solely focused on Daryl, Sasha, and Abe, who have been leading part of the Million Walker March 20 miles outside of Alexandria. It was somewhat slow and methodical, but definitely had more than a few hints at what may be in store for the rest of the season. So let's get on with the countdown, which consists of 4 impactful scenes and a bonus scene that I couldn't pass on discussing. Ready? Let's do this! So right at the start, we get to see Sasha, Abe, and Daryl attacked as they make their way through a small town en route back to Alexandria after ditching their Walker friends, who are now 20 miles from Alexandria's borders. It's not clear at the time who the attackers are, so I figured they were the Wolves, but later on in the episode it's revealed that they're actually from a new group of survivors who have a thing for possessions, who will more than likely encounter Rick's group by the end of Season 6. The big thing about this scene, other than introducing a new group of survivors, is the fact that Daryl gets separated from Sasha and Abe. During the episode, Daryl gets captured and then escapes from a dude and 2 chicks who are trying to help one of the chicks find a former friend. Because Daryl is a good dude, he comes back to the group and returns some of their supplies he took while he was trying to retrieve his crossbow. But during the exchange, the group that opened fire on Daryl's caravan emerges looking for the dude and 2 chicks. They keep talking about a guy named Wade and how the survivors have some sort of rule about possessions and that the 3 need to come back and return what they took. Daryl eventually helps out the 3 people who once took him captive and even returns their gun. So this scene introduces us to the Wade character, but also reinforces Daryl's penchant for being a good guy, which eventually gets him burned at the end of this episode. Dumb Daryl. While Daryl's going through his ordeal, Abe and Sasha hole up in an office nearby with the hopes that their tracker friend will easily find them rather than going off and looking for him. The 2 don't really do much for the episode outside of getting an RPG launcher in the hands of Abe, which will surely turn up again before the end of this season, as well as establishing the fact that Abe wants to bang Sasha. Abe apparently is slowly getting over his need to kill, so he makes his move on Sasha, but clearly this will affect Rosita, who is crying about Abe's potential death seen briefly during the last episode. Maybe she'll use the rocket launcher on her competition, who knows? The final most impactful scene takes place right at the end of the episode, and it's potentially the most important scene of the episode and first half of the season so far. So Daryl gets punked by the people he saved, and they steal his bike and crossbow. Luckily, he finds a fully loaded fuel truck, which will surely come in handy for Alexandria. He also picks up Abe and Sasha, so she was correct about her tracker theory, but the big surprise about this scene is the last second cry for help that came over the radios as they drove off into the sunset. I for one think it was Glenn, but it wasn't very clear, so it could be this new group led by Wade, or even the Wolves potentially setting up a trap for anyone that was listening. Either way, it was a great ending to a somewhat slow episode, and if it was Glenn on the radio, then we know he did survive his trust fall with Nicholas after all. Alright, for the first time ever, I have a bonus scene to mention from this episode, and it's only because the line was freaking awesome. While talking about his need to always fly off the handle and kill everything in sight, Abe tells Sasha that, "Loose ends make my ass itch," which could be the greatest line of dialogue spoken in the show. So there's your bonus scene. I know, it was worth the wait. There's only 2 episodes left before the mid-season break, so hopefully we'll finally get to see the main cast united again, as they will undoubtedly be tested by the Wolves again or this new group led by Wade. As always, thanks for watching. This is Matt Heywood signing off for entertainmentbuddha.com, where we make you a better geek one post at a time.